Hey everyone, it's Lisa. Happy Friday. I hope that you had a good week, and I bet that you're excited like me that school is almost out. I think we have 1 month left, and we have just, I think, 1 day off, Memorial Day. And so I just can't wait. The countdown is on. And this week I got lots of good stuff to show you, and I might as well go ahead and get started. I need to quit being so chatty in these because they take so long. Okay, I've got just, all kinds of stuff today to show you. And I just remembered one thing that I didn't, I'll show you this right in the beginning because I forgot to put it on. I went to Oliver this week as usual. I just, as soon as it gets like Wednesday, I start thinking, what'd they get in this week? And I have looked at these so many times, and I've even seen them online, I believe, but it's the Giles and Brother by Philip. I'm not sure who that is. But I've been looking at these, and they were out of them, and they just got some more in. And it is this cool little, I love these little rings like this that are just simple but yet have just something going on. And what this is, it's a whole collection of jewelry, and I might end up getting one of the cuffs too, but they're railroad like nails, or railroad, I keep wanting to say ties, but that's the big wood thing. They're like railroad nails. What am I trying to say? I don't know. But anyway, you can get them in like different colors, but I like the gold and I like the bling on it. I think you can get them without the bling. They had a bunch of them. And these just look good on days like this when you just want something simple. We'll just dig in. So one thing that I got this week, let me tell you about some things that I'm most excited about. And this is one of them. And you guys have seen this on me in the last 2 videos that I've done, if not more. Did I do one before that? I think the last 2 videos I had this on, and it is the Big Easy. Here's the full size. It's by Benefit, and I didn't realize that it's supposed to be like a BB cream or something. Multi-balancing complexion perfector. It's SPF 35, liquid to powder. And I actually got a sample of this. You should be able to get a sample like this, which is a good one. I'm still using it. I used it today. From your Benefit counter at Ulta is where I got it. When I had my brows done, I was talking to Kristen that works at the counter, and I tried this, and then I also tried a sample of the, what is the other one? This, Hello Flawless in the liquid. And the reason, what made me want to try it is, and I'll never be able to remember her name right now, but I will put it down here. This beautiful girl, and I was watching her do her makeup, and when she put that Hello Flawless on, it just looked beautiful. And it just was too, not oily, but it just did not, it got patchy on my skin. And then when I tried this next, it was really nice. Brianna had told me about this. So, love that, and I got the full size of it. I did try it, I think the second time I wore it, with nothing underneath it, because I figured, well, maybe I shouldn't put the Rachel K underneath it. And I think I walked that day. I've been walking the loop down at the beach, and that's almost 3 miles, and this week it's gotten really hot. So that day it kind of sweated off a little bit. So what I've been doing since then is just putting my Rachel K underneath it, just in, like taking some Rachel K and then putting it right here where it sweated off. It seems like it sweated off on my cheeks. It might have even been because of my sunglasses. And so I've been putting that in the T-zone, and then putting this on, and then going over it with one of several different things. And I think that's what's kind of neat about it. It's such a pretty color. It is, did I tell you that it is the 05 Beige? There's only one more darker, and I looked at that color and it was a little too yellow. So this is a really good color for me, and if you wear the same colors that I do, even if you're a little bit lighter, you could probably wear that. So I've been using this, which is the Toasted Beige Hello Flawless Powder, which I've really been loving. I don't like it on its own. It's not enough for me. I have to put too much on to get the look that I want, and then it's too powdery. It's just not worth it. But I didn't return it because I really do like the color, and it's a good, setting powder. I've been using this, which I will show you some other things that I got with this. I thought about using this because, remember I told you that I am a firm believer in, to find the correct foundation, I think the most important thing is finding the color that matches the best, and not really the formula or the brand or anything else. I think once you find a color that matches, you could probably get that same color in every formulation and you would probably love it. I think a lot of times we get the wrong color, especially if it's too light. Well, then you think it looks cakey because you can see it on your skin. And I think a lot of people make that mistake, and I think I made that mistake a lot. And I've read several times that really for a more natural look, you should go maybe a little bit darker. And then you can sheer it out. I'm just not a believer in getting something that's lighter and having to really bronze it up with bronzer. I like it to pretty much look good when I put it on. So with that being said, I have been, if I see a person, preferably that I know, that looks like they have about the same skin tone as me and I like their makeup, I make a point of just asking them what they're using. And one of the girls that works at Ulta that does hair, her name is Riley. She is about my same skin tone. She has black hair and dark eyes. We don't look anything alike, but we have that same skin tone. And 2 times she's looked really pretty, and I've asked her what she had on. Now, the first time she had on Mary Kay. She had on their cream compact foundation. She said in beige 1 or 2, and then some powder. And I thought about ordering it, but then I got kind of overwhelmed when I was on the website as to what to get. And I thought, well, I'll wait until I know more about that. And then the next day I was in there, not the next day, but the next time I was in there, and I said, now what do you have on today? Because I could tell it wasn't quite as dark as what she had on the first time. And she said that she just ran over before she got off work and grabbed this. And it is the Maybelline Fit Me Powder, and it is in 240, and the color is golden beige. And when she said it was golden beige, I thought, oh God, that sounds perfect. So I ran over there and got the powder, and I have been, as you can see, loving it. I think I have this on today. Do I? No, today I have on Bare Minerals, the Golden Tan that I showed you last week. I think I showed it to you last week. Yeah, I did. But this I have worn plenty of times over it, and I love it. And I think I even used this today to blend out my eyeshadow, and just, you know, as a kind of a highlight, just to neaten up my eyeshadow and everything under my brow. It's just, I love it. So after I got it and I tried it and loved it so much, I thought, well, I'm going to try it's one of those brands that if you like that color, like I said, it's got another formula and some other things that go with it. I guess that's the whole Fit Me concept. So yesterday I went in Ulta and I had that 20% off coupon that came in their latest flyer. I'm sure you got it too. And this, the Maybelline, was buy one get one half. So I grabbed the same color in the Fit Me liquid, and then I grabbed, I've heard several people say they like this. It's the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in, I believe this is just like medium. It went with that same little section. And I really liked this. I put it on this morning, but I put it on with my Tarte, that big fluffy foundation brush, and I put it on and I loved it. The color was gorgeous, but the more I put it on, it was just not, I don't know, I just didn't like the coverage. I think it would be better with a beauty blender is what I'm thinking, or just my hands. So I got kind of freaked out. I didn't want to hate my makeup today, so I just took it all off and put on the Big Easy again because it was easy and I knew I liked it. But I do love the color of this. It was beautiful and silky, and it reminded me, the texture of it kind of reminded me of Chanel Vita Lumiere, something like that. Just a real silky, not real runny and watery, but just a really, and one thing, it doesn't have a pump. That's such a downer. I had to pour it on my hand, but I have really high hopes for this, and I thought about not even showing it to you and just waiting until I tried it, but I wanted to get your opinion, and if any of you have tried this and you like it, to see what you put it on with. I'm thinking the beauty blender is going to be the best. And there was an IT guy, IT Cosmetics representative there, I believe his name was Daniel, and so he helped me. He kind of grabbed us when I was looking at one of the Tarte palettes or Too Faced palettes, and he kind of, you know, brought us over, and I told him that I had tried several things from it. I loved it, and I was kind of just trying not to get into it too much, and he ended up getting me, and I was semi-interested in this, and it's that, oh gosh, here we go, Je ne sais quoi, or Je ne, you know what I'm talking about. I'll put the name down here. but it is, they've got it in like a balm form, a lipstick form, and then this. And he said, I told him, I said, well, I want the one that makes your lips look the biggest and juiciest, and you know, I don't want one that's just going to make them red, and you know what I mean. And so he said this one, and I love this stuff. Matter of fact, let's I hate to take off this because I love this combination. This is something else I got. I'll show you real quick. This is the Lancôme Lip Lover. Several of you told me about these. They're that same concept as the Dior and the YSL. They are not a lipstick, not a gloss. And this is the only color that I got. They didn't have a lot that I was interested in, and it's number 314. And the lip liner I have on with it is Chanel Natural. I saw my buddy Tammy Toscano on Instagram. She said this had been her favorite lip combo lately, so I thought I would give it a try today. But I really want you to see me put this on, and I want you to see the different colors. Hopefully it'll kind of go through its transitions during this video because I just loved it. I've worn it probably at some point every day since then. Even if it's like yesterday I went and walked and it was so nice to put on, and even when it wears off it leaves the prettiest stain on your lips. So this is what I have on now, and I do like that. I'm not going to say I like it more than the Dior, but I do like it more than the YSL. It's got a creamier texture, not as slick feeling. So let's take this off, and let me take this off and I'll be right back. Lips pretty much bare. They probably are stained a little bit from that lip liner, but watch this. Okay, it's just a regular gloss, and I really hadn't been paying too much attention to going around the edges that good, but I will this time. I mean, it's a typical gloss. When you put your lips together, it goes to the edges. Okay. So that's just one dip. So you can see it immediately gets kind of a dark pink, which I think is still really, really pretty. But for some reason, I don't know if it's after you talk or just after it wears off, it will go to the, I hope it will do it, but it will go to the most beautiful natural lip color, and it is gorgeous, and it looks so pretty under like sheer glosses that just, even if you had a sheer gloss with a little bit of sparkle, or kind of dark now, but it's just a really pretty rosy color. And I guess the concept is it's going to be different on everyone, but I think it's always going to be like a pink tone. So I love that. That is one of my major hits this week. I told her I had never tried any of her eyeshadows, especially any of these new ones. And I had seen a picture on Instagram that I really liked, and the girl had on a dark, dark chocolate brown eyeshadow that had absolutely no kind of warmth to it. And I thought, well, that, you know, that's something that I would, you know, I've got a bunch of them, but that's something that if I was going to try a color, that would be something that I would want. So we chose this one that is called Quick Look Busy. And it is a dark, dark, dark chocolatey brown, but it's almost, it's what I've got on today. And I've just got on Laura Mercier Buff underneath it, which is an excellent, excellent base for any eyeshadow, especially in the summer. I like the way it gives you that, not a shimmery look, but kind of a glowy look under even these matte shadows. And you can see it's kind of a good alternative to me for black, because if I try to put on black, it a lot of times will turn blue on me. So she said, I told her that, and she said even to layer black over this would be good. So far, so good on that. I love that. And then when I was at Ulta, the guy just went on and on and on. I think that's probably the first question that I asked him, and I usually always ask someone this: what are your favorite products of the line? And I told him I liked the made up look. I wasn't looking for necessarily real natural, that I like to look made up. And he said this was their like #1 seller, couldn't live without it. Some woman came in there and they didn't have any, and she demanded to be able to buy the tester, you know, just on and on, but they didn't have any that day. And it is just their, you know, contour highlight palette, which I typically don't use a lot of stuff like this, but I've been trying to get my hands on that Anastasia contour palette and haven't been able to. So when I ran in there the next time, they had this back in this week. So I grabbed it. I felt like, gosh, I was lucky to have it. And I brought it home last night, or whenever, night before last, and I showed it to Brooke, and we were both like, yeah, I mean, it looks like, you know, the Ulta has a nice one. You know, all the brands are coming out with stuff like this. But I used this today, and it is really pretty. The color is what I have on my cheeks, I have on the highlight, and the bronzer. And I have on one other bronzer that I got this week first. And I liked it, but I was scared to put too much on because it was the first time I used it. So I just came out here and grabbed this, and within, you know, 20 seconds of putting this on, I just loved it. You know, maybe this will be something to grab if you see it and it's something that you've been thinking about. Okay, I wanted to really tell you about a special that they had that I thought was really cool at Ulta. If you spend X amount on hair products, and I cannot remember how much it was, evidently I spent it. I bought Brooke some shampoo and conditioner, the tea tree for her, she has itchy scalp, and I think I must have, I don't know what else I bought, but it must have been, oh, I can't remember. But with that, you can get this really cool caddy for $5.99, and look how neat that is. It's got all these spaces in there for, like, I mean, you could use it for anything. You could use it for makeup, but I like to use stuff like this when we go out of town, especially in the summer, because we usually, of course, go driving distance, and I like to put my stuff in here and then just be able to get it straight out of the car and sit it straight on the counter and not have to really unpack my stuff. And I still use one of those caboodles, you know, mine's pink and purple, and I just open that up and put my hair stuff in this, and that way I can go real quick too. So wanted to show you that because I think it's such an awesome little, I mean, this thing is really, really nice. Inside that, you got this little package of hair stuff too. You get a free, it's not free, it's within that $5.99, but almost free. You get an It's a 10, a Beige shampoo and conditioner, and this is Hydrosource. And I guess that's, here, I think this fell out and I put it back in there, but it's the Hydrosource, so it's the moisturizing. And then this is really cool. It's the Pureology Trial Sample Color Stylist Supreme Control Maximum Hold Zero Dulling Hairspray. And of course I haven't tried it. I had it sitting out here, but I think that is just the most awesome deal. So I wanted to make sure that I told you about that. And I think it came with one more thing. Yeah, it came with this. The Redken Color Extend Magnetic Sulfate Free. I don't want to forget this. I have it sitting out here. But one of my subscribers, Rachel, and her, I've got two. I've got a Glammy Tea and a Glammy Texas. And Rachel, Glammy Texas, sent me the sweetest card. And for Mother's Day, she saw these and thought of me. And I think, how cool is that? Little lip paper clips. So I wanted to make sure I thanked her. Thank you so much, Rachel. And thank you for the sweet card and all of your support. This is something I grabbed probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was in like that little, you know, where you can buy all the trial size stuff at the like checkout counter. And so I grabbed it. It's the It Cosmetics. So many of you have told me you love this, that it was just your holy grail brow product, and it is the It Cosmetics Brow Powder in the Universal Eyebrow Pencil. And it's like this. It is a wonderful color. It's very taupey, just cool toned, and then it has a really nice brush on the end. And this is what I used today. This is what I've used, I think, all week. And I have enjoyed having my eyebrows dyed so much that now all I have to do is kind of decide whether I want them to be more natural, more rounded, more arched, more filled in, and I can go all different directions with very minimal effort. And so today I did them more of a rounded, and so all I had to do was just kind of go around, just kind of round off the top. And then, but I like how, see how you can still see in my eyebrow, and you can still see each little hair, and it isn't like a straight line. That's what I love about having them dyed, is it just, I barely have to do anything, and then they are filled in, but they still are like real brows. So I do recommend that. This is something he kind of talked me into. And I don't know if it's something, when I was putting it on today, I was like, well, I must like it because I've worn it, I think, every day since I got it. But I was trying to think if there was anything like phenomenal about it that I could tell you about it. And I can't really think of anything except for I love the color. It's the It Cosmetics No Tug Waterproof Gel Eyeliner. And it's in, you know, pencil form. And I like that it twirls up, and then it even has this little thing, which I probably wouldn't use that much. And what I've enjoyed doing is, you know, going over my eye, winging it out just a little bit, and then you have to, if you want to smudge it at all, you have to do it immediately. Like, you can't do it on this eye and do it on this eye and then expect to go back. You have to put down the pencil and do it immediately. But I haven't really been smudging it out too much. I put it on, and it is I'll show you. This is what got me. I just loved it's black brown is the color. I believe that's literally what it's called. Yes, black brown. And that's what I like about it. It's not as harsh as black, but it's darker and gives the same impact as a black one, but just not as harsh and not as unforgiving. So I have loved that, and I'm gonna wipe it off quick because that day I put it on and woo, you cannot get it off. It already was starting to set, so it lasts forever, but yet it does come off with Bioderma. You can see just that little bit, it's not gonna wanna come off. So anyway, I've been putting this on, and then I've been going over it with a, you know, either a liquid eyeliner, or I've been loving my, you know, you go back and forth. I've been picking up my Lancôme Artliner again and using that over it. And it's just a good base, and I don't know, I like the effect. It's kind of like a 3D or two-dimensional effect. So I do like that, but I don't know if it's, one thing I like better about it than like the Milani or some of those that are so creamy, they are kind of hard to work with, and then when you go to kind of smear theirs out, they almost disappear right at my lash line, and then I have to put them on again. Even like the NYX jumbo pencils, they do the same thing. When you put this on, you can smear out just the edge, but the main part of it is not going anywhere and gives you real solid color at your lashes. So I guess I really do that. I picked up last week, and I was actually supposed to go to a Chanel event for their spring or summer collection, and made the appointment. You know, you make it kind of like a month in advance, and when it came right down to it, my hair appointment was that day, and you know who's going to win over those two. But I felt bad because my friend Amanda is the counter manager, and I always like to help her out when they do stuff like that, because you know it's like a really big deal. They try to get their numbers and stuff. So I called her that morning, and I ordered 2 things and just paid for it over the phone. I ordered this blush that I told you guys I had looked at, gosh, a month or more ago, and it is one of these bright colors that I love, and I don't know if I have anything exactly like it. That day I saw it, the reason I didn't get it is I was thinking maybe the Bella Rosa from Milani would be similar to it, but the name of it is oh, that smell, there's just nothing like a Chanel blush the way it smells. It's Vivacite. So Viva, I'm just going to say Viva Sight, but I know it's Viva Chate or something like that. But so I have used this, I think I had it on in one of my videos, maybe my last one. I've used it and I like it. I haven't used it enough to say it's a must-have, but I do like it. And then I saw this the last time I was in there, and it was interesting to me. It is the Blush Cream in Cheeky 79, and I have been using it kind of as like a contour, you know, blush and bronzer type thing. And if I have a really good foundation on that I like the color, I don't feel like I have to bronze as much, and then I can just use something like this right along my cheekbone and then kind of go into my cheeks, especially in the summer. I kind of like having that more of a sun-kissed look, and this has been really nice for that. So I like it. If I didn't like them, I would take them back and just exchange it or something, but I like them enough to keep them. I've even thrown away the boxes, if that tells you anything. And then along those same lines, and bless her heart, she's going to think I'm like stalking her because I got so many things that she had in her favorites or suggested. And her name is Rachel, and she is the beauty professor, and I will put her link down below. I watched her favorites the other day, and she to me is similar. When I watch her, it's a similar effect to me as watching like Donna Short's One, or some of these people that don't just get the same thing that everybody on YouTube is getting. They always show different things, brands that I've never heard of, and you know, things like that. And so that's what this was. And immediately when she started talking, I loved her look. It was a very sexy, kind of smudgy, summery look, and I love her makeup style anyway. So I got several things that she suggested, and several of them aren't here yet, so I'll show you some more next week. But one of the things she said that she had been loving was this mascara, and the brand was something I had never heard of. It is Surratt, S-U-R-R-A, I think T-T. But I ordered it from Barney's, and I used it today for the first time. I just got it yesterday, and I have been loving that Kevyn Aucoin mascara. The one I showed you video before last that Lori sent me, that has been a good mascara. It did not flake, irritate my eyes. It looks good. I really don't need anything on top of it, and it just came off easily. So thumbs up to that, definitely. And she said the same thing about this. She said she wore contacts, it didn't bother her, it didn't flake, it didn't smudge, and I have it on today, and I don't know if you can see my lashes, but since I've been using the new lash, I have enough lashes that it's kind of fun to try mascaras, and so I've enjoyed, you know, trying them. And let me show you the wand. This is probably what really made me think I wanted it. Look how it's got one of those. It's got one of those wands that are thin, and it's not, you can barely smell it. It's not like the Chanel mascara, how you can smell it as soon as it comes out of the wand, and even like I think the Voluminous is like that too. I don't really like that in a mascara, but so this then I think worked really well. Much the same concept as the Chanel cream blush. She recommended this, that she has been loving the RMS, and I already knew I liked the highlighter that Donna told me about, and you know, everything I've heard or seen about this product has been good, including J. Crew sells a lip balm that's this brand, and they use a lot of the RMS products in their photo shoots for the J. Crew magazine. So when she said that she liked this bronzer, I decided to try it, and I ordered it from Beautylish, and it is the Buriti bronzer, B-U-R-I-T-I, and it's organic, and it comes in this little pot. And I sent her a message on Instagram. I was like, how do I use this? Like, what brush? Because the hardest thing to me with a cream blush or a cream bronzer is not removing what I already have on, because if I do ever want full coverage, it's right here where I have broken capillaries, and I don't want something removing that. So she said to use she named a brush I had never heard of, or the Real Techniques. So that's what I used, and I started off with this today. So I have this on as kind of a base, and then the palette, the It Cosmetics palette thing. So that's what I have on. I started off with this like as contour, and then I just kind of went over, and I even took this into my cheeks. Like when you watch her video, you'll see she has it on, and I just love it. I mean, as soon as I opened it, I got it, and I opened it in the car because I'm, like I said, always in the car, and I love the color. It's got a little bit of a sheen. It's not sparkly. Here, it's very creamy. These things, this whole product line has the best textures. So you can see it's kind of like a glaze. That's what I would say. But it doesn't, it's looking shinier on my hand than it did on my face. It kind of just went right into, I guess I had that powder on, the Bare Minerals. So I really love that. I mean, I think it's really pretty, and I think it's going to be, especially if you're a person that doesn't really even need foundation, and you just want to put a little something on your cheeks and some lip gloss and mascara, that would be perfect, because it's going to give you kind of like that sun-kissed look, some color, and a little bit of highlight. You know, it's a lot like the consistency of a highlighter. I really like that. Okay, and okay, so those were the two of the things that she suggested, and I think I know I ordered 2 more, and so I'll show you those when they come in next week. This is something that she said that she had been loving for months, and that she always uses this underneath. She's got several colors. She uses these underneath her shadows, and I loved the way her eyes were kind of just smudgy and smoky and a little bit of grunge kind of all together. And it is the byTerry Ombre Black Star, and I messaged her what her favorite color was, because she just mentioned this. She didn't mention a real color. She said her all-time favorite was Bronze Moon, and I thought, well, that would be perfect. Be perfect for me to wear, and be perfect for me to try, and for you guys to see if you like it too. So like I said with the other, I just got it yesterday, but I will swatch it for you. Oh, it's real pretty. Gosh, that is gorgeous. So you can see how you could just take this and you could even wing it, start off with your outside and then go in and then kind of fill in and then do a sweep underneath. Take your finger and just blend it out, and you can either put something over it, or it's kind of like the Ellis Foss, but in a different, you know, it's kind of like the Laura Mercier and everything, but I think it might be a little, I don't know, I hate to say a little smoother, but wow, that is beautiful. So that would be a good base for many, many shadows. And I saw there's a black matte, there's a purpley one that I, you know, would gravitate towards, and then there's a sparkly matte, a sparkly black and a matte black. So if I like it and it works out well, then I might try another color. So, okay, I think that is it for my, oops, I got 2 OPI nail polishes, and they had a special, it says free gift with 2 OPI nail polishes. An OPI, I didn't look at the ounces or the quantities, an OPI nail polish remover and cotton squares. So I thought, cool, I already was looking for this color that I have on, and my ring's turning around. This color, and I saw Michelle, MLC Makeup, Michelle, she had this on in her Instagram, and I thought, gosh, I love that color. It's brown, but it's got just a little hint of like that Bordeaux or something, and just a little bit of sparkle. So that's the color I went in to look for, and it's called Espresso Your Style, and that's it. So when I saw that special, I thought, well, I'll get something else and get that special. And I cannot remember who I saw this on. If I had to guess, it was Juicy Jan on Instagram. I think she had this on, and it is, you know, I love Lincoln Park After Dark. This is Lincoln Park at Midnight, and I'm not quite sure what the difference is. I haven't compared them. Maybe, is it a little bit darker, or does it have sparkles in it? I'm not sure. You can probably tell me, but I just got them, so I haven't tried this one. And here's the funny thing. When I was getting everything out of the bag, this was the free gift. So this is a remover, and these are the little cotton squares, but I will just not use these and stick them in my bag, and, you know, maybe take them with me if we go out of town or something. But I tell you, I've been using the Ulta nail polish remover wipes that you get at the front. They're $1.99, and I think they come with 3 in there. They work so well. They take off my dark polishes in no time. So that would probably be easier to take with you, is those little wipes. But anyway, hey, it was free, and I do like those 2 polishes. So, okay, of course, I've got some clothes and 1 pair of shoes, so I'll be right back.